Hi, Christy Dosh here, publicist with Guide My Brand. I wanted to jump on today and talk for a minute about the idea of being an expert on Facebook and being sort of Facebook famous versus being an expert in kind of the bigger, more global space. Because a lot of the objections I hear to doing PR are things like, but I have a giant Facebook group and that's where I get all my business, or I spend all my money on Facebook ads. And given a lot of the things that have been happening on Facebook lately, from the algorithm changing for our page reach to I saw yesterday where Firefox is going to offer an extension that will block Facebook's tracking code, so you won't be able to track what people are doing on your website if they're using that extension. And I think that's scary. That could be the beginning of something much bigger. Firefox has a tiny, tiny segment of the marketplace, but if Chrome and Internet Explorer and some of the other big ones decided to do it too, then we're looking at some real disruption for Facebook ads. Hi, Tiffany. How are you? So I got to thinking about putting all of our eggs in one basket. Now, I get a lot of my business through Facebook groups. I do Facebook ads, so I'm probably like a lot of you, but I got to thinking about people who are sort of Facebook famous. And I thought of quite a few people that I follow who have these huge Facebook groups and they run Facebook ads, and Facebook is such a huge part of how they drive business. And for me, PR isn't about being Facebook famous. PR is about being a recognized expert in your field, and not just recognized by people who happen to do business on Facebook, okay? Even if online entrepreneurs are your target audience, which I mostly work with online entrepreneurs, although I've been trying to diversify and work more with some small businesses here in my local community, because I think that's what's good for the long-term strength of my business and for stability and longevity's sake. And so I got to thinking about how so many people put all their eggs in the Facebook basket because it's working. So I get that because it works for me too, but I've been trying to build up LinkedIn, and I've been trying to do more with my email list. I've been trying to get better SEO for my website, and I've gotten to where almost 25% of the calls that are booked with me are booked through somebody who found my website. So I've been in business a few years now, and I've been placing guest blogs and doing podcast interviews and getting links from high quality websites all over the web, and that increases the SEO for my website. So, when I think about doing PR for someone and this idea of positioning someone as an expert, it's not about positioning you as an expert on Facebook. I can think of a lot of people who we all follow and think are such a huge deal because they have such a big following on Facebook and they have a giant Facebook group, and you see them everywhere on Facebook because they're running ads. But does anyone know who they are outside of our kind of online entrepreneur community? It can be so easy to get in this bubble. And certainly there are people who are experts and famous in this bubble, but who, if you started to talk to people outside of it, would have no idea who any of those people were. I actually got that feeling last week. I was at Funnel Hacking Live, which is run by Clickfunnels and Russell Brunson. And as I talk to people in my life who aren't using Facebook to generate their business, most of them had never heard of ClickFunnels or of Russell. So, then I go to the conference, and there's over 3,000 people who are there, and they act like Russell's a rock star when he comes out on the stage. And they've had huge success using ClickFunnels. And I just thought, what if they were outside of the Facebook bubble? And I looked, they've had coverage in big outlets like Entrepreneur and Forbes. I actually helped Russell place a piece at Entrepreneur. So they've had some of that, but they're not one of those SaaS companies that's constantly being named by major business publications. Now, they do a great job of marketing to their end user, and they have really grown ClickFunnels. But when I look at where they're missing the mark, it's in positioning themselves as this leading SaaS company and positioning Russell as the brain behind this enormous SaaS company and what he was able to do without venture capital. I mean, there's huge stories around that are far more global than I think the reach that he has right now. And I feel that way about a lot of entrepreneurs that I follow on Facebook. And it's fantastic if Facebook works for you and you're getting a lot of business from it. But what happens when it goes away? What happens if tomorrow Zuckerberg decides to shut down groups? What happens if Chrome and some of the other big search engines decide to do what Firefox did yesterday and announce that they're going to have an extension that blocks Facebook's tracking pixel where you can't follow people around with ads? What are you going to do next? So when I think about PR for my clients, I think about it far outside of Facebook. It's where can we place them, not just in publications like Forbes and Entrepreneur and Inc. and like these major business publications, but where can we get them in front of their ideal audience? It's different for everybody, but for a lot of people, it makes sense to get them in trade publications. For example, attorneys are going to do far better placing themselves in trade publications that their ideal client reads than they are getting quoted on Forbes, okay? And that's true for a lot of industries. Doing a webinar for a really targeted trade organization could do far more for your business than speaking on, the TEDx stage or speaking on some other stage that sounds big because everybody you see online is up on that stage. So I just urge you to really think about, do you want to be an expert in like a global sense? Do you want to build a business that's long-term sustainable and stable and can pivot and reposition as market forces change? Or do you want to be Facebook famous? Because I don't think they're the same thing. And I don't think that a lot of people who we would consider to be sort of famous in the entrepreneur realm are doing much outside of Facebook. And I worry for them. And I know I fell into that trap because it was becoming so easy to get clients on Facebook that I put all my eggs in one basket too. And I'm making the conscious decision now to not do that anymore and to look at other avenues and continue building the SEO for my website and continue finding other ways to get leads that don't involve Facebook ads or being active in Facebook groups every day. Now, here I am on Facebook going live. It doesn't mean abandon Facebook and abandon your strategy there, but don't put all your eggs in one basket and really sit down and ask yourself, are the things you're doing, is it to be Facebook famous? Is it because you want to be that person on Facebook everybody recognizes and tags into posts? You can do that and also position yourself as a real expert in your field. I don't think being Facebook famous is enough to consider yourself an expert on a global scale. So I encourage you, don't put all your eggs in the Facebook basket and start thinking about those ways that you can build your platform as an expert off of Facebook. All right? I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Give that some thought. Leave me some comments. Let me know how it's going. Best of luck. Have a great day, guys.